If you just changed your name as a doctor in the UK, then these are 6 key updates that you need to make to ensure you don't fall into administrative or legal issues. So if you're interested in that, let's hop right to it. Hello guys, if you're new here, welcome, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you. My name is Ayo and I'm a GP trainee, and today's video is going to be about things that you need to update when you've had your name changed as a doctor in the UK. And the first, and I think the most important, is your eVisa. And I think it's important because it kind of validates your stay in the UK, and sometimes it can be a bit difficult to update, particularly if the app is not working. If that happens to you, I've made a video about like how I managed to update my details, like with my new name and my new passport, despite the app not being able to work. But otherwise, it should be a pretty easy process. I'll leave the link down below. You just go on the gov.uk website, click on update my eVisa details, and it will lead you through a seamless process with the use of the Home Office app. But like I said, if you have any issues, you can watch my video and see how that happened, okay? Second thing you will need to change is your name on the GMC register. So when you became a doctor on the GMC register, they probably sent you your registration details, and once you search your name on the register, you're able to see your full name written there and saying that you're registered to work in the UK. But now you've changed your name, so it should be changed on the register because patients can't check you as odd as that might sound, and even employers can't easily check you, okay? So you want to change your name, and how do you do this? It's a simple form. It's called an RSU2 change of name form. If you just Google change of name GMC, it will bring the form right up. It's like the first thing that you see. Click on the form. It's an electronic form, and if you use like Outlook, once you fill it up, you can just immediately submit it and they will get it. But if you don't, then you would then need to actually fill it up, download it as like a PDF file, attach your relevant supporting document. So this could be like a deed poll, or it could be like a marriage certificate, but just relevant document to prove your name change to the email, and send it to the GMC email, and they would action it as soon as possible. I think mine was actioned within 2 days, and I could clearly see my name changed on the website, which was beautiful. So the next thing I would say is important to change is your NHS systems, your name on the NHS systems, and that's like ESR Smartcard. And why I say Smartcard is because sometimes I've heard that it could deny you access if there's like some lack of coherence in terms of your names and things like that. But another reason why you will need to change it on your ESR is because that's where your pay slips are generated as well. So with the ESR, you just need to go on your current login, and when you go on the login, go to personal details. Under personal details, there's an opportunity for you to change your name, and once you start doing the process, it would actually send off an email to someone who's in charge of your account, and that person needs to verify this change of name. So you might need to respond to that person's email whenever they send it with your marriage certificate or whatsoever relevant document you have to prove your name change. And once you've done this, they should be able to verify you for the name change. And as the name change has been successfully implemented on the ESR, you will notice that you can no longer log in with your current login name and password. They will then send you a new login process, and you'll be able to use that to log in still with the same username, to be fair, but it's just you starting the process all over again, using your date of birth and all of that work that you used when you first started your ESR account, if you remember. But yeah, it's pretty straightforward in terms of the guidance. I don't think you'll ever fall out of loop. There'll always be someone that you can message or you can contact and ask relevant questions, okay? So the next thing I would say you need to change is your name on your portfolio. And this is important, obviously, because everyone that's interacting with you within this training space has access to your training portfolio, and they see your name via your training portfolio. So the way you can harmonize everything, particularly when you're moving from practice to practice, or when you're moving from place to place if you don't work as a GP trainee, is to kind of keep your name on your portfolio in keeping with your current name. So the way you can do that is once you've done your GMC, they recognize it, but they still need you to send them an email saying, okay, I would like to have my name changed from this to this, and this is like my marriage certificate. I've done it on the GMC website and it has been successfully updated on the register. and lo and behold, in a few days they'll change it for you, and everything would, you don't even need to do a new login process, it will just be updated for you. So that's pretty smooth. At least for the RCGP, it was pretty smooth. Okay, the fifth thing that will be very important for you to update is your name with your lead employer, and obviously because they are the ones paying your salary and keeping you gainfully employed. So yeah, you need to update your name with them, and once you start that process, they'll send you an email for like maybe an organization that can help with the DBS checks. So they'll collect all of your information, and then they'll use that to proceed with the DBS check. And once the DBS check goes through, you need to scan the certificate and send it to them via email, send it over to lead employer, and it's done. The only issue is that the organization that they use for my lead employer, I think, was Verify, and it was a bit difficult because I needed 2 photographic ID in my case, and I hadn't finished updating my driver's license. So there was an issue with updating my driver's license at that time. So I had to use the one with my maiden name, and that made it difficult. So eventually we had to do like a video consultation where someone actually just zoomed in, or rather did a Microsoft Teams meeting with me, and I showed her my passport next to my face, and she was like, good and fine, all done within 5 minutes. And she sent an email to Verify. They sorted it out, and my DBS came later in the post. So if that happens to you, it's not really a strenuous process. You just have to pick a day you're free so you can have the meeting with the person that will last like just 5 minutes. So yeah, good and fine. The last thing I would say that I feel is really important that people forget a lot of the time is your medical legal registration. So like if you have your indemnity provider attached to your, maybe your training, just like ours for Northwest is attached to our RCGP registration. So if that's the case, then you might not need to do anything because it kind of is harmonized. But if that's not the case and you're independently purchasing your indemnity, it will be important for you to actually update your name, because imagine that they're supposed to legally represent you, but you're wearing a different name from the name that they've already registered. Then it might prove some administrative legal issues if anything was to come up. But yeah, getting that sorted out will remove that possibility and just make it an easier process or an easier transition for you. So yeah, I hope all these things help. It was actually my friend that suggested this video idea because she had these same questions. But yeah, I hope this video helps. If you have any questions, you can leave them down in the comment. If I have like the relevant answer or the relevant place to signpost you to, then I'll definitely answer and let you know. All right, then do take care. Bye.